Hey, how about a Jazz fan? Hello, Jazz fan. Jazz fan, you there? Jazz from Uruguay. This should be interesting. Yeah, how do if hopefully this guy connects. I want to hear the story about Utah Jazz and Uruguay. What's up?
What's up, man?
What's going on? Tell me how does a Utah Jazz fan exist in Uruguay? How's that a thing?
Well, to be pretty honest, first of all, I gotta apologize in advance for my English. We speak Spanish here, you know that. Second of all, well, to be completely honest with you, it was because of 2K.
I like that reason.
I used to play general manager mode, and I guess the year was like 2016. The team was not that bad, but not that good. So it was the perfect balance to create a perfect future with the franchise. And well, then the Donovan Mitchell uh, trade happened, and the rest is history, man.
So can I say that is the most amazing answer ever? Because you remember what LeBron James said during the All Star draft, why he didn't pick Donovan Mitchell or Rudy Gobert? Because nobody played with the Jazz in 2K. That was his reason. That's what he said. And I'm talking to a fan from Uruguay that is rooting for the Utah Jazz because he got introduced to them through NBA 2K. So, holy shit, this has been a rough week for the PR team of LeBron James because I just found an unsolicited Jazz fan telling me that he found the team through 2K. I think that's hilarious. But
Yes, sir. I gotta say, I'm not alone though. We got a great Latin American jazz fan community
really,
here.
this is interesting
Yeah.
to me because one of the biggest accounts in NBA Twitter, by the way, is the Orlando Magic Brazil account. How many fucking in this country of Brazil root for the Orlando Magic? How did that happen? I don't. Did Leandro Barbosa ever play for the Magic and I didn't realize it? Like there are a shit ton of Magic fans in Brazil. Maybe they went down there and played an exhibition game or something once upon a time. But hearing now that Uruguay's got such a Utah Jazz fan base, I'm interested. That's why I keep asking questions about it. But sorry to cut you off.
No, it's okay. In fact, we're better than the Orlando Magic Brazilian fans, whatever, because there are no like Disneyland and the Jazz, in Utah. So maybe they used to like Disney World, and then okay, next team, next to that franchise is the team with Disney on or something like that, and then maybe they associate with that, but. I've never been to Utah. I want to be though, uh,
Utah's
and that's it.
gorgeous. It's a
Yeah,
it's got to be one of the most gorgeous states here in the U.S. that it gets a bad rap because of the incidents with Westbrook and things like that. But as in terms of aesthetics and geography, you're not going to find many.
yeah.
If you like looking at landscapes and mountains and lakes and things like that, Utah is your place. If you're a hiker,
I, I
it's gorgeous.
yeah. I really enjoyed talking to the people also, because there's been some sayings and perceptions about jazz fans in general, and I just know deep inside of me that that isn't true. So
Of
I
course.
wanted to
Hey,
you
and
know
regarding that kind of
yeah
stuff, by the way, every fan base, by the way, has good people and bad people. It just so happened in those instances that the bad people for one specific franchise got brought into the spotlight because the stars aligned and it was the perfect storm. Let's not
exactly.
all act like there's one franchise out there where everyone is a perfect human being. So you know what? It is what it is, and of course that's the type of stuff that's always going to go to the forefront of conversation. But if you think of that topic through that lens, you'll go about your day and you'll stop caring about things like that. Just because, again, there's good people and bad people in the world, and that is that. But so regarding the Jazz, that's a big win tonight. Um, any thoughts as a Jazz fan? If you are the Utah Jazz, you need the one seed for a couple of reasons. First of all, that arena, I know everyone was probably watching Blazers versus Lakers or Knicks Suns, but Nuggets Jazz, every single time that they play, it's World War III. Whether it was in the bubble or in the regular season, maybe because of the shit that happened when the draft day trade that sent Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert to Utah, and then Denver ended up picking up like I forgot who it was. Maybe they even got Jokic from Utah in the draft day trade or something. They've always had like this little secret rivalry, also because they're also right next to each other in geography, but or in terms of proximity. But they have been playing games. I exaggerated, but it's felt like a 1 point game every single time that they played against each other for what feels like the last 2 years. And you get a win like that tonight in front of about 10,000 fans. I'm also exaggerating. I don't know if it was 10,000 fans. That place fucking packed. And when Gobert snuffs Jokic on when he tries his like a super unathletic YMCA skyhook that he elevates about 3 inches off the ground, and Gobert sent that shit about 12 feet in the air, and then they leak out, and Jordan Clarkson hits I think it was a Clarkson hits a monster 3 in transition. Yeah. That place was lit. Everyone was screaming. It sounded like a finals game in there. And
that was jazz basketball at its finest, bro.
That's the way they got to score points too, by the way, because God bless Donovan Mitchell. We know what he could do in the half court, but if we're relying on Jordan Clarkson to get those major like half court save us SOS buckets that I was just referring to with Anthony Davis, that's not where the Jazz are going to win the title. Gobert blocks a shot. They get out on a 4-on-1 transition and they put the game away with 2 monster threes from Jordan Clarkson. The other one came off out of a timeout off an off-ball screen. But if you get those guys open looks, that's why the Jazz are in the position that they are now, because they bombard you like trebuchets coming from a Navy, just launching cannonballs into the fortress that is on the beach. They want to put up 53s a game, and they want them to be wide open. And to get them wide open, that happens 2 ways. The first of which is Donovan Mitchell creates the opportunity. If that doesn't happen, Gobert gets a block or someone does, you get out in transition, you hit the trailer. That's what they want to do. And they did it tonight against a really good Denver Nuggets team. They played Jazz basketball. I don't know if they can force every team to play Jazz basketball, but I don't know many teams in the Western Conference that if you want to try and put up 50-plus threes a game, that you can beat those guys.
Exactly. Couldn't agree more with you. I really love Rudy Gobert. I can't stress that enough. Every single game, I'm there on Twitter after the game, like 2-3 hours fighting or like just discussing with guys, telling that he's just a 7'5". I don't know the actually metric system there, but it's like a really tall guy, and I'm just saying it's like way more than that. The impact he has is unbelievable. We are where we are because of him. There are a few pieces there in Utah that makes it really special for the team. Georges Niang, he's amazing. Of course, Jordan Clarkson, Boyan dropped 48 tonight with
48.
70%, 70% on the field, I guess. That was pretty special. That guy wasn't around in last playoffs against Denver, so that shows that he needed to be there in order to win that Game 7 wild series in the bubble. So I guess we have to wait and see. I feel that tonight was the win that we needed to be on the contenders map once for all, after a long time being at first seed. But this is the way, man. I don't know what's going to happen. I feel we need to win a playoff series after a few first round exits, but I don't know. I'm really happy right now with the team. I really want to know what happens next. I love Donovan Mitchell. I gotta say, I hope I get to meet him sometimes. That it's the franchise player I've always wanted for my team. I don't know how to say it. Outside the court, he's amazing too. He's done such amazing work outside the court. We talked about perceptions and Jazz fans, and he's a guy that is gonna take that huge problem, and turn it into something amazing. I just know it. I feel it inside my guts. So I got nothing more to say, man. I really
no, you know, I was
really
going to say, no, thanks for that. You know, hopefully there's if there was a social media manager for the Utah Jazz listening to this, maybe they would reach out. International. It's always nice to have international fan base and somebody from outside the United States that appreciates what's going on inside the country as well. The fact that you have that wherewithal is, we all appreciate that. But in terms of the basketball talk, Bojan Bogdanovic this week, by the way, there's nothing I love more than an efficient scoring performance. I know Devin Booker put up 70 in Boston once, but it's so much different to me when you have that Anthony Edwards putting up 44 points the other night on 24 shots. Tonight, you have 48 points from Bojan Bogdanovic on 23 shots. And Anthony Edwards had 0 free throws made. Bojan had 8, and that certainly helped. But you have 16 of 23 from the field, 8 of 11 from 3. Okay, that's everyone has a hot game. Like, how many times have we seen an 8 of 11 from 3? It happens a lot in the NBA nowadays. But this week in particular, this is his field goal shooting percentage, 16 of 23, 10 of 13, 10 of 17, 12 of 22. And when 18, 22, 33 of those shots that I just listed are 3-point attempts, this man has found it. So very similar, again, to how Anthony Davis has kind of found it at the right time. Having Bojan Bogdanovic put up this type of efficiency, these type of statistics, and most importantly, this type of output is going to be something the Jazz simply did not have last year. 1, because he physically wasn't there. And 2, when your bench against Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic in the bubble consisted of Niang, Tony Bradley, Neto, and Jordan Clarkson, I think was it. That was their entire rotation. That puts a hell of a lot of stress on that Jazz starting 5. They've got plenty of firepower there with no excuses. But they have the luxury this season of a bench that they can plug and play. Whether it's Ingles, Royce O'Neal, Clarkson, even Derek Favors is a big difference now that he's back. You don't lose much. You lose something, but you don't lose much when Rudy Gobert has to go to the bench to either rest or is in foul trouble. So the upgrade at those positions is where Utah is really going to feel what's the term I'm looking for? The benefits of their labor, the fruits of their labor will come at the end of the first quarter and the end of the third quarter when they don't lose their double-digit leads anymore. And it was unfair that it happened because it was COVID and guys opted out and guys were hurt. I understand that, but this will be the difference this year, and hopefully why they win at least one playoff series will be because of that depth and the way that they play together.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. Another thing that I want to be short about it. I don't want to talk a lot more, but we've won so many games and lost a few, but not on the clutch situations. So tonight was really important because it was an elite team. The other team, Denver, is elite. It's kind of a contender. Well, now with Jamal Murray out, I don't know, but kind of a huge thing to win this game in the clutch situations because we needed that. I feel we needed that the win the clutch, so we can see what it's like to face a good team on a bad situation. All the the nervousness. I don't know if I said it right, but it wasn't a piece of cake, and it wasn't a blowout, either loss or win. So it made us uncomfortable, but with a happy ending. So that was amazing. I feel that could use we can use that experience a lot during the playoff run.
Thanks for the conversation, man. Before I let you go, who's the Michael Jordan of Uruguay? Is it Luis Suarez or Diego Forlan?
I gotta go with Suarez, man.
Really? I would have said Diego.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad I asked. I figure he may have been more popular.
I'm 22, so I'm living right now prime Luis Suarez.
Okay, I'll ask someone who's 32. Let's see it's a very similar to LeBron versus Jordan, I'm sure. But thanks for the call, man.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. On the other side of the fence, let's bring in another.